Good day, everyone. Today, our group will discuss a presentation about Leave No Trace, the 7 principles. I would love adventuring around the world and seeing everything nature has to offer. While traveling, though, I would like to make sure others after me have the same positive experience that I did. The best way I make sure to do this is by practicing the 7 Leave No Trace principles everywhere I go. In this presentation, our group are breaking down what Leave No Trace means and providing information on each of the 7 principles. So what is the Leave No Trace principles? The Leave No Trace principles are guidelines that help people plan, prepare, and adventure more consciously. These 7 principles were set up with our planet's well-being in mind. By practicing the LNT principles, you are reducing your impact out in nature. To start with the principle number 1, plan ahead and prepare. The very first Leave No Trace principle is to plan ahead and be prepared. Planning ahead helps you to be prepared and plan for the conditions ahead by ensuring the safety of groups and individuals. It also helps minimize resources damage during your trip. There are few elements to look out for when planning and preparing for an outdoor trip. These include identifying and recording the goals and expectations that you will have for your trip, identifying the skills of the people going on this trip with you and your own. Do research on the area you plan to visit. Plan trip activities that fit your skills, abilities, and trip goals. And make sure to check the weather before going, etc. And the next one is the principle number 2, travel and camp on durable surfaces. When traveling or camping outdoors, your main goal should be to adventure with minimal impact by avoiding damage to the land and waterways. Damage to these areas can cause erosion, killing of plants that may be endangered, or contamination to clean water sources. Travel on trails. If you are hiking in an area that has a trail, it is important to stay on the trail as much as possible. Travel off trails. Travel off trails refers to hikers that are not utilizing a designated trail or that travel to remote areas. Camp on durable surfaces. Setting up a tent can be one of the most important aspects of low impact. It is very crucial to know where to set up your tent and how to make the most of the area without harming the environment. Here are a few tips. Choose a campsite in a high-use area and camping in undisturbed remote areas. And there are some areas that you shouldn't step on, like living soil, desert puddles, and mud holes.
Now, I will tackle about the principle number 3, which is the proper disposal of waste. Let us define first. The proper disposal of waste involves committing to waste segregation before you dump all your old things and scrap to the bin. Sort out materials that can be reused and recycled. Always remember the 3 R's, which are reuse, reduce, and recycle. First is reduce. Try to reduce the amount of waste you produce. Reuse. Think of ways you could reuse something. Recycle. This enables the materials you throw away to be used again by making them into new products. So why is it important? It is important because it helps and keep the environment clean, but it also makes the community's overall health standards better.
Principle number 4. Leave what you find. Examine archaeological structures, old walls, and other heritage artifacts, but do not touch nor leave marks on them. Leave nature as you found them. Do not take any plants, rocks, or marine animal with you. Avoid introducing non-native plants and animals. Do not build structures, furniture, or dig trenches. The idea behind Leave What You Find is simple. Leave every natural, wild, and archaeological area exactly as you found it so that other visitors can experience that same wow factor that you did while you were there. Allow others a sense of discovery by leaving rocks, plants, archaeological artifacts, and other objects of interest as you find them. Leaving what you find is important because it allows scientists to learn about the history of the area more easily. conserves the wild feel of campaigning rather than creating home comforts in the outdoors. It encompasses the essence of L&T, leave no trace of our passing by leaving everything the way it was before.
Number 5. Minimize camper impacts. There is nothing better when camping than to sit by the fire. However, it's important to ask yourself, should I build a fire? You have to take into consideration the potential damage to the backcountry. You should also ask yourself what the fire danger is for that time of the year and location you are in. So this is a tips in a campfire. It is important to camp in a location where wood is abundant. Try to avoid making fires in higher elevated areas or in a desert where wood is scarce. Is there an existing fire ring? Many well-established campgrounds have fire rings in place for you to use and even sell firewood in campground shops. Campfire safety. Never leave a fire unattended. Keep wood and fuel sources away from fire. Use approved containers for fuel. Supervise your children around the fire. Truly extinguish all fires and burn all wood ashes. Pack out any campfire litter. Never burn plastic items, aluminum, foil, or foil-lined items.
Principle number 6. Respect wildlife. For your safety and theirs, it is important to respect wildlife. It is very important to always keep a safe distance from any wild animals you see. Quick movements, close distance, loud noises, or other factors may cause the animal to flee or even possibly attack in self-defense. When visiting the wild, it is important to remember these 4 things. First is do not feed the animals. Many people don't know the proper diet for these animals, and feeding them can cause them to get sick. It may be poisonous also. It also may be not safe to you. Please do not pick up animals no matter how cute they may look. They may bite or attack due to the stress of being handled. They also may have rabies or other diseases that can be harmful to you. The third one is always observe wildlife from far away. Keep in mind that you are a visitor to their home. The last one is we must observe 200 feet away from waterways. This is also a great way to allow animals free access to water sources without invading their space or them invading yours. Thank you.
Be considerate of other visitors. Respect other visitors and protect the quality of their experience. Be courteous, yield to other users on the trail. Step to the downhill side of the trail when encountering pack stock. Take breaks and camp away from trolls and other visitors. One of the most important components of outdoor ethics is to maintain courtesy toward other visitors. It helps everyone enjoy their outdoor experience. The feeling of solitude, especially in open areas, is often enhanced when group size is small, contacts are infrequent, and behavior is unobstructed. When we are considerate of others, it makes the person concerned feel loved and respect. It makes the world a better to live in.